Hello, good morning. Today we are gathered to conduct a debate, and this is our first non-impromptu debate. And we took like around 1 day to just research on the topic, and the topic also demanded like a small research. And the topic is that the death penalty must be banned. And I and Ayush are in the favor of the topic, and Kim and Triza will go against us. And no time to ideate. We have ideated yesterday, and let us directly start. Okay. Yes. So whoever is taking for side first will start first. So I and Ayush are going first. Okay. Let me start. Three, two, one. An eye for eye will make the whole world blind. Quoted by Mahatma Gandhi. We are gathered today to conduct a debate, and I and Ayush are in a strong favor of banning death penalties. And there are several reasons why why we strongly feel death penalty must be banned. First, it gives us ethical dilemma. Like there are ethical concerns that we are repeating the cycle. On a murder, we are creating more murders. Second, it violates the right to live. Who are we to decide somebody should live or not? And in certain cases, like juvenile cases, it becomes more complex. A child who is not matured yet goes through such a difficult punishment. Second, deterrence. Okay, there has been so many death penalties, but the crime rate has still not decreased. The rapes are getting on happening, and yeah, this is the case. Secondly, suicidal people won't really care. A person with a suicidal mindset will not really care for any death penalties. Third, psychology. Death penalties create a very huge stress and like PTSD in the staffs of the in the staff, and this creates a very negative aura. Fourth, we are thinking about the ideal country. What about countries which has dictatorship or pseudo dictatorship, like North Korea? What about death penalties there? Who will have control? Who will be controlling it there? And my last point is alternative punishment. Alternate punishments also exist. Death penalty is like an easy escape. You kill the murderer, you kill the whoever has committed any crime, and he gets an easy escape. But there should be a very tough punishments given to them. Like maybe they could be put into some hard labors, which requires like a stressful work. Maybe going to the turbines and doing some cleaning, anything like that, or even the medicine testing which is done on animals could be done on such criminals. And this I feel we can make this will be a better punishment as giving an easy escape. So I strongly feel that death penalty must be banned. Over to Ayush.
Yes, very well said, Keman. Killing, putting someone on a life sentence is like violation of right to live, and I'm strictly against that. Like once the life is taken, it uh, cannot be reversed, and like that brings to my first point, like about the that you cannot once a person is dead, you cannot bring him back to the life. Instead, we can put them to a rehab center where we can use their maybe they can have some skill set, or maybe we can put them into some work, maybe any kind of work where we can use their resources more productively. And like even when we sentence someone to whenever we sentence someone to life sentence, and some new evidence comes up, then like it's of no use because we cannot go back and give justice to the person. uh, yeah, so that's all my few points.
Yeah, over to Triza or Kim, anyone.
Yeah, I'll start. Some crimes deserve the ultimate prize. Justice must prevail. There are certain crimes that are considered to be very heinous, such as terror activities, murder, rapes. These kind of crimes deserve the death punishment. Okay, death capital punishment or death penalty acts as a strong deterrent. It discourages potential criminal activity. Secondly, it reflects zero tolerance for violent crimes. It shows that the state is completely against it and will have zero tolerance towards anyone who even thinks of committing such a potential crime. For example, in the country of Saudi Arabia, we have seen how prevalent they are in terms of death punishment. Any kind of heinous crime such as murder has zero tolerance. They just execute the person publicly. So this has led to, you know, giving the public a strong fear that if in case they even think of committing they will such a crime, they will face death penalty. So there is a strong discouragement in terms of such heinous crimes. Thirdly, it provides closure for the victim's family. If any family member has gone through such a heinous been a victim of such a heinous crime, then the family goes through a lot of trauma, and the sense of knowing that the person who has committed this heinous activity towards their family member is no longer present here provides them with a closure that is necessary for them to heal out of such kind of a trauma. Nextly, I'd like to say that it helps to prevent reoffending. So if a person has gone through punishment for a crime like this, then it highly discourages them from reoffending. And lastly, I think it is cost efficient. Instead of investing money, especially in a developing country like India, where we have a lot of other things to achieve and allocate our funds into better perspectives, investing the money into stuff like rehabs and reformative measures for such kind of criminals who will probably never even reform, feel it is a waste of funds. So I feel it is more cost efficient if such individuals have been sentenced to death. Yes, that is all. Fiza.
Okay, so to add to whatever Kim has said, um punishment must fit the crime. For the worst enemies, for the worst crimes, there must be the worst punishment, says John Stuart Mill. Okay, rapes, crimes, or even child killings can cause irreversible harm to the family. But is it worth uh, therapy for the family when the family goes through therapy or any kind of say practice to get over the pain? Is it worth it? Secondly, a 2003 study by Emory University found that each execution prevented up till 18 murders in the US. Third point I would like to focus on is people will stop believing in the legal system if justice is not given to the criminal. Okay, fourth point is there will be fear created in the minds of the murderers, and also people will refrain from committing such bad activities if we stop giving death sentence to the criminals. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was it. And now we'll have rebuttal phase. And go ahead. But
Keman, you earlier said that in juvenile cases, sentencing the individual to death would not be the right thing to do. But a juvenile committing such a crime is not a right thing either, right? And we have seen that there could be a possibility, like such a young age, if a person is committing a crime and he has his whole life ahead of him, there is a high chance that he can commit such a crime again in future multiple times, right? So, what would you like to say in that case?
uh, okay, in this case, like I have also mentioned the other alternatives to crime, maybe other alternatives of punishment. I'm not saying he must not be punished, but I think giving a death sentence at that point is very like is very wrong. Like the juvenile could be also very manipulated by any other like gang, and then he must have done any crime. But giving him like a chance, I'm not saying he should not be punished, but I'm saying giving him a little longer chance to understand what is going on will make a very huge impact. Any questions?
Okay. In Nirbhaya's case, a 23-year-old girl was raped. A physiotherapy student was raped brutally by a set of four men. So if they did get justice. Four men were sentenced to death on 20th March 2020. So would it serve justice to the family if they were not hanged?
Aish, you want to go ahead or shall I?
You go ahead.
Okay, speaking about rape cases, there has been also many. I'm not seeing. I'm not against any particular case, but speaking about that, there are many cases also in the future or in the past, which where the male or whoever accused was not really guilty, and like he has gone through a lot of trauma, and also like we have also mentioned that death penalty is not reversible. So once it is happened, like there's no, if there are any other proofs, it won't really matter. So I would like to say, in such case also there is also great harm. Yeah.
Earlier, you also said that crime rates have not decreased despite of death penalties, correct?
Hmm.
Yeah, but if death penalties were not imposed, do you all not feel that there would be no discouragement for crimes and the crime rate would have been way higher than it is today?
Uh, okay. Yes. To support it, like let me state what you have. Like you have given an example of, I think Saudi Arabia, but there are still many countries. Like if we have global acceptance of death penalties, then there are countries with pseudo dictatorship and dictatorship, and like there won't be any control over there.
But countries like UK, where the death penalty is completely abolished, there are increasing murders, rape cases. They are increasing every single day. So, how would you
like
address that?
I have mentioned about the alternate punishments, which actually makes more sense to do the labor work from them. Like a death is an easy escape, right? It is just resting whole life, but giving such punishments will also give some, generate some profit. I don't think profit is correct word, but it will also like it is smarter option, I feel.
But as Kim said, it will take a lot of capital from a country to provide shelter and food to the criminals. So, rather than wasting time, money, and our resources on them, don't you feel just killing and finishing them off is like a better alternative?
uh, okay, speaking, Ayush, you want to go, like we had this.
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, speaking about that, for conducting death sentences, also it is not like one case and you get death sentence. You have to have multiple cases and a lot of trials. And to do that, actually, if we go to see that conducts more wealth, that conducts more expenses as compared to the other cases. But then we have also mentioned some other like animals are tested right now to get any genetically some medicines and all, but those testing could be easily done on criminals and like other labor works, like they have to go into turbine, some mining work which is very hot or like which can create some impact on body. That could be done, and then again there won't be any loss of like expenses.
I would like to say something. In the case of serial killers, usually this kind of murder instincts have been installed in such kind of people because of intense childhood trauma,
Mm.
and there is almost zero chance of them ever reforming or getting out of such kind of instincts. It is just in their personality. They are just narcissistic people who take pride and joy in killing others, and the probable other outcome, sorry, punishment for them instead of death penalty could be life imprisonment, right? But in such a scenario, like until the individual lives, the state has to invest money into taking care of them, and there is no other alternative for them reforming or anything like that. So in this case, wouldn't death penalty be a better alternative?
I think I would answer the same thing which I answered Teresa. Like there could be like animal testing and all could be done on the person, and like he also had a childhood trauma, and there also it is like not valid to say give him direct death penalty, and the punishment could be very serious and like kala pani, like no windows, nothing. You are into a black room. That is also a very more dangerous punishment as killing the person.
Isn't that way more unmerciful as compared to death penalty? You're just making the person suffer till he dies instead of just, ending his life and ending the suffering in one shot.
But I'm also supporting your context here, that you mentioned that killing he did so many wrong things. Why to leave him? So I'm saying give him more punishment, and one day he will die.
Okay, Kevan, if say any a family member of yours, say a friend, a close relative was murdered or killed, Would you still favor the same?
Uh, okay. Speaking about justice to family, um, okay, speaking about family, I think it is like as we have researched also, like I feel it is also very turmoil situation to go to every cases now and then, but instead, like as I have said, it is a long process. Like death penalty is not just one case and you are done. So you have to go again and again, and it is again turmoil. And like I would say that the alternatives are far better, and I would not like to be indulged in any cycles. Like a crime over crime is not what I feel is correct. Yeah.
But then, wouldn't the family of the victim want closure in terms of punishment, actual deserving punishment for the one who has committed the crime against their family member?
Uh, can you just tell me what closure means?
Closure, as in the sense that the amount of wrong that has been done to their family member, they might feel like, just allowing the person to reform and be free in society, not maybe like outside, but still in the jail also. He's still living when their loved one is dead. So they might want closure in terms of the same kind of treatment towards the murderer or the rapist as was done to their family member.
Ayush, do you want to add
Mhm.
something?
Yeah. Uh, so it's not necessarily true that it will bring closure to the family. They might have to go through a long legal process where they have to show up again and again for, and it will like remind them like all the bad experiences again and again. Instead, a better closure could be like giving the person lifetime imprisonment, and like you don't have to get involved in the cases every time. But also another way, like killing someone on the death sentence, also like the prosecutor who is there,
Hmm.
it's also like a negative side from there. Like they are also uh, indulged in killing someone, so that will also affect their life too.
Okay, with respect to the Pahalgam attack, many innocent lives were taken away from, and women, their husbands were killed, and they were made to live in sorrow and grief, and they have to live in that sorrow for the rest of their lives. So, would you want to let go of the terrorists in that case? Also, you feel that Operation Sindoor wasn't necessary because it killed many of the terrorists in Pakistan, right?
Yes. Okay. Speaking about that, if we define death penalty, it is like having many cases and then killing the person. But this is, I think, a complete different scenario. Am I stuck? Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
You're audible.
Yeah.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So I have some. Ash, do you have any questions to them? Okay. What about the irreversible nature? Like, there could be somebody who is very like it is far better to leave a guilty person than to hang a innocent person, right? So what about the irreversible nature?
In that case, the justice system needs to be improvised, right? Instead of completely banning the death penalty. Because if there is a real heinous criminal, he cannot be set out free. And if banning the death penalty means banning it for everyone, right? It doesn't mean you'll ban it just for a few cases. So in that case, there will be a lot of heinous murderers or rapists who will get through it, and there is a possible chance of them reoffending and causing much more harm to the society. So in that case, I feel like the justice system needs to be improvised instead of banning the death penalty.
Mm. Ayush, any question?
Mhm. Like sometimes happen that like in cases of juvenile they are mostly like brainwashed and like they are not able to think for themselves. Like if we don't give them a chance to like for a rehab, then they will never get to learn like to think for themselves, and like they will always think that doing a crime will is like not a wrong thing if they are already like taught in such a way. Like if we give them a chance to learn and like make a better impact in the society, then how does the death penalty do the justice?
I feel if death penalty is given to individuals, it creates an example to the society that this is wrong, and even children learn from it, and they'll try to not um, commit that particular uh, crime or deed. So I think that has to be instilled in children at a young age. And if you don't give the death penalty and you just leave the criminal, sometimes the children might feel that it's fine to do so.
Also, I feel in the case of juveniles, the justice system shows a lot of mercy towards them. It is only in extreme cases wherein the juveniles are sentenced to death. Even as seen in the Nirbhaya case, the juvenile, I think, was sent to rehab instead of death penalty like the rest of the adult men. So there's a lot of mercy shown towards them. It's only in the very extreme of extreme cases where I feel like there is no chance of reform possible in which juveniles could be given death penalty. Otherwise, I feel like they are resorted to the lower measures.
Any other question, or can we go ahead? Huh? Yeah, feedback part. Uh, yeah, we can't do anything. Yeah, feedback part. Anybody would like to go ahead? Start with the feedback.
Feedback to me, my intro could be better. I messed up a few words, but yeah.
Yeah,
Kim had strong points. Ayush was a bit quiet,
yeah.
uh,
Yes. Hmm. Ah, yes.
and
Sorry.
Keman had good points too. It the way you all handled the topic was good.
Ayush, any feedbacks?
Mm, like starting with me, like I went blank sometimes. Like I wasn't able to come up. Like I researched, but I like, totally forgot and like, wasn't able to recall anything. Also, the topic was slightly towards disturbing side, so it wasn't really energetic to speak. The points from your end were pretty good, all three of you.
I feel when the topic is a little ethically based, Ayush is a little like
Mm,
because
I
And
last
agree.
time the marriage topic also was a little controversial.
Yes. Okay, if I have to speak about, like, we did a good job. Like, I wasn't able to hunt any mistakes as such, but I really liked how Teresa put me in the tough shoes, like family member. I really liked it. Like, it was very tough for me to answer. Like, I was, I did not have any words for some time. And then about the terrorist, we also, yesterday thought that y'all will ask about Pahalgam. I had written it down, but then we did not research like what we will answer, and I simply said death penalty is different term for that. But I really don't know what is the exact thing. What is like I simply bluffed that time, but I really don't know. And like I think I and Ayush have somewhere bias. Like we support death penalties at certain stages. Like
Yeah.
obviously rapes and like terrorists, they should be killed, bro. But speaking for today, it was really tough for us. Like, but we somehow managed.
Yeah. The topic was more favorable on our side, I feel,
yes,
compared to your side.
Yes.
we had more points to state.
Yes.
Because I had good this also examples in the rebuttal phase.
Ah, yes, yes. Rebuttal phase was good. Like it was rebuttal phase was like one sided. Giving one banger on another.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Kim, you were good today, and Aish, you were also good. But I was hoping that you take some answers. That's why I was saying Aish, you go ahead, you go ahead, because we had discussed yesterday. Right? But
Hmm.
never mind. The topic was little off. It's fine. Yeah. Anything, Kim? Feedbacks?
Can we stick to the regular debate and like I mean the research debate we find a little this like to do. Yeah.
It's a bit time consuming.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
is the same reason why I was saying we'll do it on the similar same day only. Like
I mean, it takes
20,
a lot of your time now.
yes, 20 minutes. Like you research, and then we'll come and debate and go, because we are not in here. We are not
But
doing chat GPT part and all, right?
20 minutes is a lot. Like we could stick to our regular debate. Otherwise, no one.
Yeah, that's fine. Anything is fine.
What else say? Ayush, Fiza.
Like
Maybe some days, like when we are very, we don't have much work to do. Maybe on that
Yeah.
day we can decide, like maybe like a Sunday or something like that.
Yes, and like even I don't like taking too much time over one topic. And this topic was also not demanding. Like it was demand. Like we did not want to go in any examples and like do a deep study. But there are some topics like India is the best country. That time I think that is a topic to really research onto. Like thinking on what is wrong in India and what is best in India. I think those, like, some topics really are very fun, and I think those topics you can do for debate, research time. What you all have to say?
Yeah, that would be better. And also for research-based topic, like instead of doing spending the whole day or 20 minutes, or we can just like take some points and only like maybe from ChatGPT we can only get the pointers and then
Yeah.
like elaborate on ours. We
Yeah,
can elaborate instead of doing whole research.
For
It
a
will be
research
done within
based
10 minutes.
yeah, for a research based topic, they instead of ideating by ourselves, we could just use directly ChatGPT otherwise.
yeah,
And in
yeah.
that much time only.
That sounds a plan, right? That sounds a good plan.
Only for research-based question
Yeah.
topics.
Topic.
Otherwise, we can
We
do
could
the normal
ideate
input.
Yeah,
using ChatGPT instead of ourselves.
that sounds a great plan. But are
That's
we,
a good.
just one question? Like, if I and Ayush are in team and we got a topic, maybe Youth Nisha, we do chat GPT, are we going to speak with ourselves or directly will research and come on the spot?
You can come on the spot and speak, like the regular meet that we have, but
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
but
the regular format only, but we ideate using ChatGPT instead of by ourselves.
yes, yes,
yeah.
done, done. I think this
Like
Yeah,
is
that.
like
cool.
we do the ChatGPT at the end, we will do it first and
First,
then
Yeah.
start the debate.
yes, this is cool. This is very cool. But yeah, I think we can stick with this.
And we won't need 20 minutes if we're using
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
5 minutes
It
are
will
enough, I
just
guess.
regular, yeah, 2 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Anything to add to today's uh, stuff?
Like if we want to do like a specific research based topic, then we can do something which is like useful to both, like
Yeah.
topics like India good or bad, something like that, which can give us some good points for
Yeah.
any general networking and everything.
Yes.
Home country or move abroad.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's a good plan. Yeah. Anything else to add for today? Yes.
So we meet tomorrow at 12, right?
No, Monday. Tomorrow Saturday, right?
Oh
Monday,
yeah,
We
Sunday,
can
I
free.
guess.
Monday,
Monday,
Monday.
Monday.
Okay.
Monday.
Yes. Okay. So that's
Yeah.
it. It was great having you. Shall we do a no, impromptu topic? Now now or one is fine today.
Um,
Mm.
you also.
Let's keep it on Monday only.
Yes, yes. Monday.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Monday. Yes, it's time. Yeah. Chalo then. It was great having you all. It
Yes.
was
Bye.
fun.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye everyone. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye bye.
Have a good day.